Today's video is sponsored by Audible. Stay tuned to learn more. Hey, what's up you guys, it's Caboose bringing you another Marvel's Avengers video, and today what we're going to be talking about is the roadmap that we got for the game through Square Enix Presents yesterday. Want to go over everything in detail, provide you guys my thoughts, and all that fun stuff. Before we get into everything though, I wanted to ask you guys, of course, if at any point you enjoy the video, if you could consider leaving a like rating on it, it would show your support, and I would really appreciate it. So if you enjoy the video at any point, leaving a like rating would be awesome. Also, if you're new here and you want to keep up to date on all things Marvel's Avengers, well then I got you covered. I've been making videos on all the news and updates, will continue to do so, showcase gameplay for all the new characters and everything in between. So if that sounds good to you, well then if you'd like, you can subscribe to the channel and hit that notification bell to be immediately notified when a video goes live. And before we jump in and talk about MCU skins, the Black Panther DLC, and even more, let's have a quick word from today's sponsor. Alright, so as I mentioned, today's video is sponsored by Audible. A huge thank you to them for sponsoring today's video. I'm sure a lot of you have already heard of Audible, but in case you haven't, let me give you a brief explanation as to what Audible is all about. Alright, so Audible is the leading provider for all sorts of spoken word entertainment. There are thousands of audiobooks to choose from, ranging from bestsellers, new releases, celebrity memoirs, books about business, motivation, and so much more. But audiobooks is not all that Audible has to offer. You can check out a massive selection of podcasts. They got theatrical performances on there. There's even some comedy that you can listen to on Audible, which I think is fantastic. They got guided wellness programs, and also, of course, the Audible originals, which you can't find anywhere else. As an Audible member, you're going to be getting 1 credit every single month, which gets you access to any title in the Audible Premium collection, and you're going to be able to keep that title in your Audible library forever. You'll also have access to Audible's entire Plus catalog, which features a plethora of audiobooks to choose from. If you want to check out Audible yourself, which I highly recommend that you do, head to the link in the description box below or in the pinned comment. It is audible.com/caboose, or you can text caboose to 500 and get started with that 30-day free trial. Once again, a huge thank you to Audible for sponsoring today's video. And with all that said, enjoy the video. Alright, now let's jump in and talk about this roadmap. We finally have an idea as to when we can expect more content from Marvel's Avengers and what that content will be. Okay, so here's the official screenshot of the roadmap. You're seeing it on screen right now. In March, we have Operation Hawkeye, Future Imperfect, and alongside that, of course, we have the next gen update, a new hero, a new villain in Maestro, and everything that comes with that, a new biome, all that fun stuff. Then in spring, we have the Tachyon Anomaly, which allows you to play as any combination of your favorite heroes, and there are Tachyon missions scaled from power levels 1 to 100. And to elaborate on that, in the blog post that was put up alongside this image, it was explained that since launch, we have heard players ask if more than one of the same hero can be present in a strike team. We're happy to announce that during the Temporal Assault event, you'll be able to play multiple of the same hero in the Avengers Initiative. If you've always wanted to see what a team of 4 Hulks is like, this event is for you. To be honest, this was never really an issue for me from what I remember covering this game. I never really saw this to be a big problem, the fact that you couldn't play as the same hero or have a full team of the same hero. However, as time went on and I recognized sort of the lack of content in Marvel's Avengers, that was something that I felt was sorely missed. Because even with a lack of content or a variety of missions, imagine the ability to jump into a mission with 4 people playing as Iron Man, all rocking different builds, or maybe even everyone rocking the same OP build, just going crazy. So I am looking forward to the Tachyon Anomaly event. I want to see what it's going to be like to jump online and play with people where we're all running the same hero. It should be a lot of fun. Continuing on with the roadmap though, again in spring of 2021 this year, then we have the Red Room Takeover. You enter the Red Room with new themed Harm Room content, and there will be new hero outfits. Now, thanks to a special presentation that I was invited to by Crystal Dynamics, I got a little bit of insight as to what exactly the Red Room Takeover is. And essentially, it's like the Harm Room, except that it's a bit of a gauntlet, and it's kind of almost like an escape room where you gotta watch out for traps, you gotta watch out for certain obstacles that are gonna be in your way alongside the enemies. The Red Room is set up by Yelena Belova, which I believe is Black Widow's sister, set to appear in the Black Widow film, which this content is supposed to kind of be a cross-promotion begin with. That doesn't mean what's going on in the Black Widow film is going to have any effect on the game or vice versa. It's just a cross-promotion thing. There's going to be the Black Widow movie coming in May, and they're going to have some content that's centered around Black Widow. And the Red Room takeover sounds pretty cool. It was also mentioned that takeover events in general are going to be a thing in Marvel's Avengers, so maybe with some other films coming down the line in the MCU, we may get other takeovers that are themed around them. I'm just looking forward to different mission types, stuff that is new to play. Then we start heading into summer and beyond, and that and beyond part worries me about when we're gonna get Black Panther. We'll talk about that in a bit though. Because first up, apparently coming in summer is going to be the Cosmic Cube event. We are gonna have the new Scientist Supreme villain sector, and we're gonna be able to confront the unchecked power of the Cosmic Cube. So yes, we got a new villain coming to the game technically, although Monica Rappaccini has been in Marvel's Avengers and her presence has been felt. We're now going to be able to face off against her while she has the power of the Cosmic Cube. And although I'm not going crazy in terms of excitement over this event, I'm looking forward to the fact that there's going to be a new villain to face off against, and hopefully a brand new villain sector that we can jump into that isn't just Taskmaster and Abomination. Also, please, Crystal Dynamics, can we get MODOK as a villain sector? That is the most entertaining boss battle. It is so much fun, like genuinely fun to play within this game, and I would love the ability to jump in and play it again and get some rewards out of it. Outside of the campaign, that is, because I know now you have the ability to replay the campaign, which is great. Next up in the summer, though, we have the Wasteland Patrol, a new Warzone mission type known as Patrol Mode, and new war zones and assignments within the Wasteland region. And during the presentation that I was lucky enough to attend with Crystal Dynamics, they went into detail about what the Wasteland Patrol is supposed to be, and in general about what the Warzone mission type Patrol Mode is supposed to be. And basically what it is just a more open area within a certain biome that allows you to just have the freedom to do whatever you want. There's no set objectives. You have a larger surface area to explore. Enemies are going to be spawning in random areas for you to be able to fight against. And in general, you just can free roam. I'm just looking forward to seeing how big of an area it is that we can explore and kind of free roam around in, because you can already kind of do this in certain Warzone missions where you just jump in and ignore the objective. But Patrol Mode is designed to be sort of a free roam type of game mode. And before we get to the big one that I know most people are excited about when it comes to content coming to Marvel's Avengers, it was also mentioned at the bottom of the roadmap picture that there are additional content and features coming to the game, like Omega level threat missions, multiplayer mega hives, post level 50 progression, and outfits inspired by the Marvel Cinematic Universe. Finally. Honestly, it is beyond me that this was something that needed to be requested enough for Crystal Dynamics to take note and then take action on putting stuff like that in the game. But regardless, MCU suits are coming. Can't wait to see what they're going to look like, especially Captain America's. Besides the MCU suits though, and my excitement for them, I am also looking forward to seeing what those Omega level threat missions are going to be like. Multiplayer Mega Hive sounds like it could be quite a bit of fun, and post level 50 progression is something I'm also looking forward to. Because yeah, when I max out my characters, I do try and create a build for them if I like the character enough, and I'll try to get some gear that is fun enough to use, but I'm not really looking for this crazy piece of exotic gear that everyone is talking about. So hopefully that post level 50 progression will involve something of the likes of that. Then finally, on the roadmap, the big reveal that we got yesterday, Black Panther is coming to Marvel's Avengers as a playable character in the War for Wakanda expansion. This expansion includes, of course, a new hero in Black Panther, new hero outfits, a power level cap increase, new villains, plural, including Claw, who we all heard narrating the Black Panther trailer, a new story, new Wakandan jungle biome, and a new outpost. It was also mentioned in the blog post that this is the biggest content drop since launch. And given that the image of the roadmap mentions summer and beyond, this is probably going to be a content piece that is a part of that beyond category. One can only hope this arrives sooner rather than later, but them mentioning that it's the biggest content drop since the launch of the game has me feeling like they're going to be taking a bit of time on it, which isn't entirely a bad thing. Of course, you gotta let the developers do their thing. They're not working in the most ideal conditions. The game was a bit of a buggy mess at launch, and they gotta fix those bugs That has to be priority. And unfortunately, what happens because of that is that we get a bit of a delay on the actual DLC, the additional content that we want to try out. Only time will tell with Marvel's Avengers and what they're going to do with this game. But Crystal Dynamics continues to reassure the community that they are committed to the game. And I think that's nice to hear, especially considering the scare that everyone had with what happened with Anthem. People were thinking maybe Avengers is next, but it sounds like Crystal Dynamics wants to stick with it. Square Enix wants to stick with it, and they're not going to give up on it, which I'm happy about, honestly. Keep taking in the community feedback, hear what we have to say, and continue to improve the game based on that, and hopefully by the end of this year, we'll be looking at a much different, much better Marvel's Avengers. I know it shouldn't take a year for a game to be in that spot, but I'm glad that they're not just going to give up on it. And with all that said, I now want to kick it to you guys. Let me know your thoughts on everything here in the comments section below. What are you most looking forward to that's listed on that roadmap? Of course, that isn't obviously Black Panther. I want to hear what you guys have to say in the comments. And if you enjoyed today's video, if you could consider leaving a like rating on it, it would show your support, and I would really appreciate it. I'm Caboose, and you can click on screen to make your way to one of the other videos on the channel, or you can click my logo to subscribe to the channel if you haven't already. You can also follow me on Instagram and Twitter. Those links are going to be in the description. Drop a like if you enjoyed, leave a comment if you have an opinion, and subscribe if you're new. See you guys later.